Why don't you ride a bike? Love, la la la. Why don't you ride a bike anymore? Why don't you?
For 33 years, I've been improving products and services for companies that I've worked for. And today I'm going to bring that experience to help you determine whether this Thule bike box is right for you. Let's start. I've had this now for 2 years, so it's been 2 years in the making. I commute 3 miles to the local train station and 3 miles back, and I wanted something that would be taken off my back, just to keep it a bit drier and fresher for when I cycle to the station and go on there to work. I then came across this bike box from Thule, and I thought to myself that I would give it a try. Now, if I can just put a standard size rucksack in it, you can see that it actually fits quite nicely in, with plenty of room for the bag to sit in. It's made of feels like a high density plastic to me. Really well made, to be honest. There's no issues there. It's attached, hopefully you can see, using these 4 screws into a standard rack here, and it just screws in underneath with clamps and it locks in place. In terms of measurement, inside diameter measures, as you can see here, about 34 centimeters, about 13.5 inches by, what do we have there, 29, it's about 11.75, and the depth of, you can see the depth there hopefully, around 10 centimeters, about 6.5 inches. Just looking at it from the back, I've fitted a bracket, a holder here for my back brake light, and that seems to work quite well. You just clip around it and it secures it. It's got a nice finish here, nice aluminium strip here, and the same for the other side. Overall, very impressed. So let me give you a start, stop and continue review from a continuous improvement perspective. So what should Thule consider? What should they look to improve upon? The first thing is, if you have a look around this bike box, there are no reflective stripes that will help visibility. So Thule, please consider adding reflective strips to be seen, so that the cyclist can be seen at night. So what should Thule stop doing? Well, I think they should stop shipping this bike box without a strap. There's no strap that comes as part of the packaging to secure your rucksack in place. So when you cycle, there's a possibility that when you come to a stop, your rucksack can be taken. I just secure straps, put the rucksack in and put strapping across. It's not perfect, but it certainly helps. So Thule, please consider including that as part of the shipping order, some form of strapping to secure your product in place. The same also goes, there's no cover, so if it rains, whatever's in here will get wet. Now, what should Thule consider continuing with their production of this bike box? Well, it's very light. It's about 1.2 kilos. It's very light. It's relatively low cost. I bought this when it first came on onto the market 2 years ago now for £30. I looked this morning, and I'll put a link below. I think it's now about £55, £59. So it has increased in price, but I think even at circa 60 British pounds, I think it's still good value for money. The final one, it's very, very easy to fit. It's just these 4 bolts here, these 4 clamps are attached onto any rack that you have. Now, this comes at the final point that I wish to raise. You do have to lift your leg quite high to climb over this, to put your leg either all the way over. I'm not going to do it because I'll fall over and make a fool of myself. Or put your leg through here. If you had a rack which was front loaded, it would be absolutely fantastic. So that's the drawback. Either going to need to be flexible, so you can't just lift your leg across. Your leg will have to go through this section of the bike, unless you have a step through bike which you can just put your leg through, or if it can have a rack which is front loaded here. Other than that, I would say this is a very, very good product. If I was to rate it out of 10, I would say this is a good 8 out of 10. Reason why it's not higher is from a safety perspective, we need to have safety strips on there, or some form of fluorescent light for nighttime visibility. I've got my brake light, but I think even so it could be more high visibility during dark conditions. But overall, 8 out of 10, good product. Thule, I think that's the JB thumbs up.
Why don't you ride